August and sweet sang hushed that mighty voice. Nothing now moved in the vast brooding space. A stillness came upon the listening world, a mute immensity of the eternal peace. But Ashwati's heart replied to her, a cry amid the silence of the vast. How shall I rest content with mortal days and the dull measure of terrestrial things? I who have seen behind the cosmic mask the glory and the beauty of thy face. Hard is the doom to which thou bind'st thy sons. How long shall our spirits battle with the night, and bear defeat and the brute yoke of death? We, who are vessels of a deathless force, and builders of the godhead of the race. Or, if it is thy work I do below, amid the error and waste of human life, in the vague light of man's half-conscious mind, why breaks not in some distant gleam of thee? Ever the centuries and millenniums pass, where in the greyness is thy coming's ray? Where is the thunder of thy victory's wings? Only we hear the feet of passing gods. A plan in the occult eternal mind, mapped out to backward and prophetic sight. The eons ever repeat their changeless round, the cycles all revealed and ever aspire. All we have done is ever still to do. All breaks and all renews and is the same. Huge revolutions of life's fruitless gyre, the newborn ages perish like the old, as if this sad enigma kept its right, till all is done for which this scene was made. Too little the strength that now with us is born, too faint the light that steals through nature's lids, too scant the joy with which she buys our pain. In a brute world that knows not its own sense, thought-racked upon the wheel of birth we live, the instruments of an impulse, not our own, moved to achieve with our heart's blood for price, half knowledge, half creations that soon tire. A foiled immortal soul in perishing limbs, baffled and beaten back with labor still. Annulled, frustrated, spent, we still survive. In anguish we labor, that from us may rise a larger seeing man with nobler heart, a golden vessel of the incarnate truth, the executor of the divine attempt, equipped to wear the earthly body of God, communicant and prophet and lover and king. I knew that thy creation cannot fail, for even through the mists of mortal thought, infallible are thy mysterious steps. And though necessity dons the garb of chance, hidden in the blind shifts of fate she keeps the slow, calm logic of infinity space and the inviolate sequence of its will. All life is fixed in an ascending scale, and adamantine is the evolving law. In the beginning is prepared the close. This strange irrational product of the Maya, this compromise between the beast and God, is not the crown of the miraculous world. I know they shall inform the inconscient cells, at one with nature and at height with heaven, a spirit vast as the containing sky, and swept with ecstasy from invisible founts, a God come down and greater by the fall. A power arose out of my slumber's cell, abandoning the tardy limp of the hours and the inconstant blink of mortal sight, there where the thinker sleeps in too much light, and intolerant flames the lone, all-witnessing eye, hearing the word of fate from silence heart, in the endless moment of eternity, it saw from timelessness the works of time. Overpast were the laden formulas of the mind, overpowered the obstacle of mortal space, the unfolding image showed the things to come. A giant dance of Shiva tore the past. There was a thunder of worlds that fall. Earth was overrun with fire, and the roar of death, clamoring to slay world, his hunger had made. There was a clangor of destruction's wings. The Titan's battle cry was in my ears. Alarm and rumor shook the armored knight. I saw the omnipotence flaming pioneers over the heavenly verge which turns towards life, come crowding down the ember stairs of birth. Forerunners of a divine multitude, out of the paths of the morning star they came into the little room of mortal life. I saw them cross the twilight of an age, the sun-eyed children of a marvelous dawn, the great creators with wide brows of calm, the massive barrier of breakers of the world, and wrestlers with destiny in our lists of will, the laborers in the quarries of the gods, the messengers of the incommunicable, the architects of immortality. Into the fallen human sphere they came, faces that owed the immortal's glory still, voices that commune still with the thoughts of God, bodies made beautiful by the Spirit's light, carrying the magic word, the mystic fire, carrying the Dionysian cup of joy, approaching eyes of a diviner man, lips chanting an unknown anthem of the soul, feet echoing in the corridors of time. High priests of wisdom, sweetness, might and bliss, discoverers of beauty's sunlit ways, and swimmers of love's laughing fiery floods, and dancers within rapture's golden doors, their trade one day shall change this suffering earth and justify the light on nature's face. Although fate lingers in the high beyond, and the work seems vague, on which our hearts force was spent, all shall be done for which our pain was borne. Even as of old, man came behind the beast, this high divine successor surely shall come behind man's inefficient mortal pace. behind his vain labor, sweat and blood and tears. He shall know what mortal mind barely does think. He shall do what the heart of the mortal could not dare. Inheritor of the toil of human time, he shall take on him the burden of the gods. All heavenly light shall visit the earth's thoughts. The might of heaven shall fortify earthly hearts. Earth's deeds shall touch this superhuman height. Earth's seeing widen into the infinite. Heavy, unchanged ways still, the imperfect world. The splendid youth of time has passed and failed. Heavy and long are the years our labor counts, and still the seals are firm upon man's soul, and weary is the ancient mother's heart. O truth, defended in thy secret sun, voice of our mighty musings, in shut heavens, on things withdrawn within her luminous depths, O wisdom's splendor, mother of the universe, creatrix, the eternal's artist bride, linger not long with the transmuting hand, pressed vainly on one golden bar of time, as if time dare not open its heart to God. O radiant fountain of the world's delight, world free and unattainable above, O bliss, whoever dwells deep hid within, while men seek thee outside and never find. Mystery and muse, with hieratic tongue, incarnate the white passion of thy force, mission to earth, some living form of thee. One moment fill with the eternity, let the infinity in one body live. All knowledge wrap one mind in seas of light, all love throb single in one human heart. Immortal, treading the earth with mortal feet, all heaven's beauty crowd in earthly limbs. Omnipotence, girdled with the power of God, movements and moments of immortal will, back with the eternal might, one human hour, and with one gesture change all future time. Let a great word be spoken from the heights, and one great act unlock the doors of fate. His prayers sank down in the resisting night, oppressed by the thousand forces that deny, as if too weak to climb to its supreme. But there arose a wide consenting voice. The spirit of beauty was revealed in sound. Light floated round the marvelous vision's brow, and on her lips the immortal's joy took shape. O strong forerunner, I have heard thy cry. One shall descend and break the iron law, change nature's doom by the lone spirit's power. A limitless mind that can contain the world, a sweet and violent heart of ardent calms, moved by the passions of the gods, shall come. All mights and greatnesses shall join in her. Beauty shall walk celestial on the earth, Delight shall sleep in the cloud net of her hair and in her body, as on a homing tree, immortal love shall beat his glorious wings. A music of griefless things shall weave her charm. The harps of the perfect shall attune her voice. The streams of heaven shall murmur in her love. Her lips shall be the honeycombs of God. Her limbs his golden jars of ecstasy. Her breasts the rapture flowers of paradise. She shall bear wisdom in her voiceless bosom. Strength shall be with her like a conqueror's sword, and from her eyes the eternal bliss shall gaze. A seed shall be sown in death's tremendous hour, a branch of heaven transplant to human soil. Nature shall overleap her mortal step. Fate shall be changed by an unchanging will. As a flame disappears in endless light, immortally extinguished in its source, vanished the splendor and was stilled the world. An echo of the light that once was close, the harmony journeyed towards some distant hush, a music failing in the air of trance, a cadence called by distant cadences, a voice that trembled into strains withdrawn. Her force retreated from the longing earth, forsaking nearness to the abundant sense, ascending to her unattainable home. Lone, brilliant, vacant, lay the inner fields. All was unfilled, inordinate spirit space, indifferent, waste, a desert of bright peace. Then a line moved on the far edge of calm, a warm-lipped sentient soft terrestrial wave, a quick and many-murmured moan and laugh came gliding in upon white feet of sound. Unlocked was the deep glory of silence heart. The absolute unmoving stillnesses surrendered to the breath of mortal air, dissolving boundlessly the heavens of trance, collapsed to waking mind. Eternity cast down its incommunicable lids over its solitudes, remote from ken, behind the voiceless mystery of sleep. The grandiose respite fell, the wide release. Across the light of far-receiving plains that fled from him as from a failing star, compelled to fill his human house in time, his soul drew back into the speed and noise of the vast business of created things. A chariot of the marvels of the heavens, brought based to bear the gods on fiery wheels, flaming, he swept through the spiritual gates. The mortal star received in its midst. Once more he moved amid material scenes, lifted by intimations from the heights and the pauses of the building brain, touched by the thoughts that skim the fathomless surge of nature and wing back to hidden shores. The eternal seeker in the ionic field, besieged by the intolerant press of ours, again was strong for great swift-footed deeds. Awake beneath the ignorant vault of night, he saw the unnumbered people of the stars, and heard the questioning of the unsatisfied flood, and toiled with the form maker, measure in mind. A wanderer from the occult invisible suns, accomplishing the fate of transient things, a god in the figure of the arisen beast, he raised his brow of conquest to the heavens, establishing the empire of the soul on matter and its bounded universe, as on a solid rock in infinite seas. The Lord of life resumed his mighty rounds in the scant field of the ambiguous globe.